go live on my phone, man, before we get cranked up. Mm-hmm. And see, I usually look on my phone, Jordan, to see what's what. You coming in, you know what I'm saying? But I gotta cut it all the way down.
You gonna tell them to comment, leave comments this time?
Yeah. You can say it. Leave comment.
No, I'm talking about on the video thing.
Oh yeah.
People be talking and stuff, just talking.
Oh, we have a lot of people watching stuff.
Comment, that's why I'm not.
What's up, Stacy? God, dog, you got in here quick. We ain't even started up, baby.
It's showtime now.
Man, we got Steve White waiting on you, man. You call in, get a question in quick.
This who? Nigga, you know why I said you look familiar?
Who?
He's like DJ Augustine.
DJ Augustine. Ah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's your brother, nigga. You better call your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I said you look familiar as fuck. I think because
You crank it up, T.
Dak Prescott or Ezekiel Elliott?
you just too small to be that. You know what I'm saying?
You crank it up, T.
You about ready?
Yeah, we ready.
You got this live?
Yes, live, man. We on. See that?
People call me a terrorist.
Yes, sir.
I consider myself a teacher. Ready for another lesson.
Look, you got three different levels of football. You got the NFL, the SEC, and the rest of the college football.
Ow!
You continue to resist my attempts to educate you, sir. And now, you can ask me again.
Hey. Welcome to the sports fans out there.
Yes, sir.
This is Rob, one half of the Rob and Will Show. Hey, this is season 1, episode 14. It's been a crazy week, a somber week with the passing of Kobe. So we're going to start out with him. In the immortal words of Kobe Bryant, I have nothing in common with lazy people who blame others for the lack of their success. Great things come from hard work and perseverance. No excuses. Good one. Yeah. All right, we got a good show. Hey, we got in the studio, we got Chill Will, as always, and the super producer T. Yeah. And on the line, we got Steve White, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, New York Jets, and SB Nation writer and blogger, baby. What's up, Steve?
Hey, how's it going?
All right, man. All right. Hey, this show is brought to you by Rekindle Hair Restoration, specializing in all natural, customized hair regrowth solution. You know who you are. Your specific solution is customized based on their proprietary wellness body scan. Come in and get your body scan, and you get your customized products. You will have results in 14 days. All right, let's get the show started.
Yes, sir.
Steve, how you doing, man?
Man, I can't call it. How y'all doing?
Man,
You doing good, man.
I've been looking forward to this, man.
Yes, sir.
Since I've been doing the show, I was looking forward to get Steve on the show.
Yes,
Man.
sir.
Is there anything in particular you want to talk about, Steve, before we get started?
Nah, man. Hey, don't try to set the bar too high now. Look, it ain't that great, having me on the show. People will see very shortly, but
man, you don't realize.
I mean, really, the only thing I can think of, obviously, is the COVID situation. I think pretty much everybody who's a sports fan, almost in any sport, had heard of Kobe, and it affected everybody, man. So.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just a heavy few days, the last few days here, no matter what sport you're into.
Right. What made you think? Because when Kobe played, I wasn't a big Kobe fan. Let me see. I enjoyed his greatness, but I wasn't a big Kobe fan. What you think now? Why you think now people kind of gravitate towards him so much in death? Do you think it's him, or is this because it was his daughter with him, or
Well,
I've been thinking about
even
that.
people who weren't Kobe fans, man, respected his game.
Right,
Because,
right.
That is true. You had
Look, I mean, that dude, wasn't nobody gonna outwork him, man.
That is
That's
true.
the thing about it. Like, to me, I was a Kobe fan, and Will Jr. can tell you about that because, we used to spend days arguing over Kobe. But he was such a polarizing guy because,
Yeah.
to me, it was a lot of people that couldn't let go of MJ. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And they felt like Kobe was a threat to Michael Jordan's legacy, and they couldn't have that. But when you talk about a player working hard that would do anything to win, the kind of player that you could just get behind and cheer for, I mean, you don't really come in it closer than Kobe to a dude that just really strive for perfection. Every dude says, I want to win championships or I want to be the best.
Right.
But how many dudes actually put in the kind of work that we all know, whether you are a fan or not, we all know the work that Kobe put in to be as great as he was. And I think a lot of people just respected that, whether or not they personally cheer for him or not.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. Not William Jr. side, he was on Jordan's side or what?
Well, man, you don't remember back in the day when we used to work at CNET,
Yeah.
and we used to be on the internet with Steve and Mike and Clark Jr. We got to arguing about. You don't remember them days?
I remember.
Them the days he was talking about. And
What's up,
Steve
baby?
made a very valid point. I wasn't a Kobe fan, but I respected him.
Right.
He had mad game.
And see,
Yeah,
my
I only hated Kobe because he was so goddamn good.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like I hate Aaron Rodgers when he comes to play Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
I respect his game,
Yeah.
but I hate the man. And it's not that kind of hate. You just like, damn.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
that good.
Yeah.
But you couldn't not respect Kobe's game.
Oh no,
It's
Couldn't do
impossible. He was the spawn of MJ. Was
Yeah.
he not?
He was.
He was the closest thing we had to MJ.
Yeah. And then everybody that loved MJ, see, me and Will grew up in MJ time.
Me too.
So, it's hard to upseat MJ, man.
But MJ really took Kobe under his wing and showed him the ropes, though. They had a really close bond.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We really got to see Jordan and Jordan 2.0. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why a lot of our generation doesn't agree that LeBron comes after Kobe. After MJ. We say MJ, Kobe, then LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
This new generation, they do it the other way around. They don't really have that kind of respect for Kobe. They didn't really get to see him play like that, though.
Well, Steve, let me bringing up that point. Let me ask you a question. What's your viewpoint? A lot of people, to piggyback off what he was saying, a lot of people always compare LeBron with Jordan. What's your perspective as far as Kobe in the mix of those three? Because it's always try to be LeBron and Jordan.
Well, it's hard to really make the comparison. The MJ and Kobe comparisons were so easy because it was obvious that Kobe copied MJ's game. I mean, I'm sure the last few days y'all have seen on the internet that video where they kind of superimposed Kobe making the same moves as MJ during games and stuff, and the same mannerisms. But LeBron is a whole different animal, dog. You talking about a power forward. You talking about basically a defensive end out there doing some of the kind of things that MJ and Kobe could do. Now, the problem I had with LeBron early on is that he didn't have the same kind of killer instinct. Them dudes didn't care. They was going to shoot their last shot, whether it went 30 yards out of bounds or right through the bucket. And LeBron was so stuck on trying to make the right play that he didn't realize that when you're the superstar, sometimes the right play is you taking over the game.
Exactly.
And then he matured, I think, when he got to Miami and started saying that, look, I can keep passing this ball, and then I get blamed for the loss, or I can start asking for the ball and dunking on these fools, and then when we win, I get all the praise, too. And that's what he started doing, and that's when I became more of a fan right there.
Yeah.
Do you think, I think back in the day, Shaq, Kobe having Shaq with him, people tried, and I guess I was one of the ones that kind of say, how good is Kobe because he got Shaq.
Yeah.
And Jordan never had that, but I had to realize that, and I ain't gonna lie, Steve, I'm gonna let you go ahead and how you was correcting me. I see what Steve talking about now after all these years.
With Shaq.
Yeah, I tried to downplay Kobe because he had Shaq. And back then, Steve was trying to educate me then. Now you can't do that because everybody got to have somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
Jordan had Pippen.
That's true.
Well, okay.
You got to have a number two. You got to.
Okay. With Steve,
Yeah, that's pretty much just the history of the league, man. You're not going to win
With
with
one
just
guy.
one guy.
yeah.
That was one
He
guy.
focused on MJ because he was so spectacular in what he did. But, where did he win without Scotty? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to have that second or third guy. And the thing about it, like, I was a big Shaq fan, which was crazy because I ended up having to take sides against Shaq and this whole Kobe thing. That's just how polarizing Kobe was. But I was a huge Shaq fan. But I'll say this about their relationship. And of course, it became factions where some people were Shaq fans and they felt like he should be the focus. Other people were Kobe fans, felt like he should be the focus. But my thing was this. Here's the God's honest truth. I love Shaq to death. If Shaq worked the way Kobe worked, we wouldn't even be having a discussion about who the greatest player in the NBA was. That's just a God's honest truth. I mean, Shaq was dominating and awesome and all those things when we came up just dunking on everybody. But if he worked the way Kobe worked at his game, we wouldn't even be having a discussion about greatest of all time because, you'll look stupid at saying anybody other than Shaq.
And Kobe admitted as much. He said, if Shaq had my work ethic, oh, my God.
I think that's what frustrated Kobe so much.
Yeah.
That's why they got into it so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
Kobe will be in the gym at 5.
But he held
Shaq don't show up to practice time.
He held. You
know
know
what
what
I'm
though? Kobe was one of the only players to hold Shaq accountable,
Right.
and Shaq didn't like that. We still winning, right? He said, "Yeah, but we can get better."
Right.
You getting here 30 minutes after practice because you can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he held Shaq accountable.
And
a lot of that
that's why when the Lakers had to make that decision on who they was gonna keep,
and they made the right decision.
who they kept.
They made the right decision.
Well, both of them won. How many did Kobe win after Shaq? Shaq won one.
Shouldn't have won that one, but
He won 2. Kobe won 2.
won 2.
Kobe
Without
won two.
Shaq.
So they did.
He won 2 more.
So they did make the right decision. Yeah. Yeah. They knew what was going on in the building.
A player of Kobe's status is once every century if you're lucky. You don't get rid of that kind of player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But so was Shaq though. But see, Shaq was kind of going. He was on the decline. If you remember though, you know what I'm saying when he went.
Well, Shaq didn't take care of his body. Man.
Yeah, he didn't do a whole lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Kobe was just that killer instinct. Like they made the right decision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you got to look at it like this too. The tone of the team. If Kobe leaves that team, how hard is that team going to work with Shaq as the undisputed leader?
Exactly.
Versus
Hey, what's up, Tiff?
when Shaq left, they had Kobe out there playing with Smush Parker, mind you.
Yeah.
But he was whipping whoever he had playing with him. He was whipping them into shape and holding them accountable because he set a standard and he didn't let that standard go down for anybody. With Shaq, man, Shaq was fortunate to go and play with Flash and all those guys where he didn't have to be the tone setter. If he had to be the tone setter in L.A. and Kobe was up out of there, that team would have been the laziest team you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
think about it. They would have took on
Yeah.
his work ethic,
Right, because he would have been a leader.
And Steve is
Yeah.
right because if you think about it, a lot of those players didn't like Kobe, just like a lot of players didn't like Jordan because he held your ass accountable.
Right.
You gonna work? You remember Kobe would walk out of practice
Right.
like this shit is pathetic. He held them accountable. But at the end of the day, man, you can't be mad at that kind of leadership.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You
No,
can't be mad at that.
You can't.
That's excellence, man.
So what's your favorite or your best Kobe moment? Steve, do you have one?
I still prefer to think about the times before the Lakers started being just a sideshow when he and Shaq were still getting along.
Right.
And it looks like he's taking a shot, but he throws the alley-oop to Shaq.
Right.
I mean, to me, that really is as much Kobe as you're going to see. You can look at all the three-pointers and the fall-away jumpers.
What's up,
But in that moment, he actually did say, hey, I'm going to give it up to the big fella and let him make this play instead of trying to make a jump shot over 3 dudes. One thing that was always interesting to me was a lot of people didn't notice it was the rest of the guys on the Lakers team back then could barely even throw the ball in the Shaq without getting it ripped. The only guy that can consistently get the ball into the post like he wanted was Kobe. And it was just interesting to me that little things like that, we always think about his scoring, but how many people bring up, the all defensive teams he made, and the steals, and being able to shut somebody down. You can play whatever you want to all throughout the game, come to clutch time, anybody other than the center, you can throw Kobe on him, because Kobe is not going to let you get over him. He's just not. You're going to have to earn every single thing you do against that guy when he was on the court. And that's what just made me a fan of his.
Yeah. What about you, Will? Is it a favorite moment of Kobe, or is it like the whole?
Like I said, man, I really wasn't a Kobe fan, but come to think of it, man, I guess when he hit 81 points was ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
But I want to ask y'all guys a quick question.
What about you, T?
Who was his nemesis?
Kobe's?
Yeah.
The closest one I can say probably was AI. That's about it. You know what I'm saying?
His nemesis?
What you think, Steve?
I don't think he had one.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. The closest he might have had, because when him
Not
and
at
AI,
the time, they didn't have nobody like on his level when he was playing, man.
Damn.
I don't think
they really didn't know.
No.
And the only person was AI said, "Hey, when we linked up, we locked horns." But that really wasn't a consistent, because they were in different conferences. So he really didn't have a nemesis like that, though.
Well, I think the team nemesis might be San Antonio.
So Spurs was definitely,
you know what I'm saying? But they didn't have a player on that team.
There was not one player that could hold
match
him
up with him.
But Kobe did admit this on Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. So he said if it wasn't for the Spurs, we probably would have had about 4 or 5 more rings.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Shaq being lazy, they'd have about 7.
He said the Spurs were that damn good. You know? He said that was a tough ass team to beat.
Yeah.
And he admitted as much, though, because the only team that ever knocked him out was San Antonio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there was not one player that shut Kobe down. That wasn't happening.
Right.
That was not happening.
Right. My most memorable Kobe moment, I think it was they processed going to the first championship. Mm-hmm. They was down to Portland in the fourth quarter, about 3.5 minutes to go, about 15 points.
Are you sure it was Portland or was it Sacramento?
It was Portland.
Because they was down in Sacramento, too.
I think I remember that game.
That was Portland.
When they had all that talent.
Man.
You know what?
It was Portland.
Yeah. It sure was.
Man, they were down by 3.5 minutes. Yeah. Kobe took over.
Yeah.
And the last shot, that's the one Steve was talking about where he threw the alley-oop to Shaq. Yep. Boom. And they went up.
That. Yeah.
After that, I said, man, this Kobe cat. God, they couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
I mean, he took over the game the last 3 minutes. And they was down. I said, it was 15 points. They were down 15, 3.5. I said, oh, let it go. Game over.
Yeah. Is that when he arrived to you?
That's when he arrived to me.
You said, oh, this kid's special, huh?
Yeah. And that was when they on their way to their first championship. I said, that cat cold.
Yeah.
That cat cold right there.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Well, Steve, let me ask you this question. What kind of legacy on the game of sports?
What's up, Candy? What's up,
you
Pully?
think Kobe
What's up, KG?
left?
Y'all call in.
Steve, you still there?
Yeah, I mean, you said what kind of legacy he left on the game?
Yeah, in your opinion, the game as far as sports.
Well, the interesting thing that you see, man, is that, you know, for a time, everybody kind of had this feeling like nobody liked Kobe, right? Everybody was saying nobody wanted to go play with Kobe in L.A. All these different things. But, you know, you see in retirement how many dudes were like, man, Kobe would mentor me. Man, Kobe would text me. Man, Kobe would do this. Man, this was so cool when Kobe did this. And just you hear a dude like Dwayne Wade, right?
What up,
it's
Pully?
like, you know, of course, the last few days they've been showing all these different interviews and stuff. And Dwayne Wade's talking about the time when he broke Kobe's nose, right? He was like, Kobe's just a psycho. Because, like, they was cool before that, but then he wanted to make sure they were still cool before they played the next time. And Kobe was like, I love it. I love it. You know, you broke the dude's nose, and he ain't even talking like a regular human being. He just like, oh, I love it. I love it. And then he went out the next day and busted his ass on the court, too. I mean, but he had these special relationships with players that you never would have thought he was going to have at one point in his career, because everybody was just convinced that, man, Kobe is just a psycho. Nobody likes him. Nobody wants to play with him. And yet all of these players respected him. Larry Brown said something today. He said he brought in all these different ex-players of his when he went back to coaching college basketball. He would bring in different players and speak to his team sometimes, probably trying to impress the kids or whatever. He said every single time they would say, who's the toughest guy you played against? AI, a whole bunch of these, Rasheed Wallace, Kobe Bryant was the name they brought up. And so, whether people want to accept it or not, when you talk about that excellence, that setting that level of excellence, as well as setting that level of just intensity and just will to win, Kobe is our MJ. Our generation's MJ is definitely Kobe because it was nobody else people feared like they feared MJ in our generation. Kobe was that dude, man. Well, like I say, whether you like him or love him, hate him, whatever, it's obvious everybody respected his game.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. All right. We're going to transition a little bit, man. We're going to get to the NFL. Hey, rest in peace, Kobe, Hey.
And I want to
live. I want to say, everybody, you got to live your life to the fullest every day. Only thing we can take with us is experiences, and enjoy our life, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the only thing we can take with us is make experiences.
And before we get off the subject, I want to pay homage to all the other people on the helicopter that passed away, too, because they had family members and people that lost and loved ones, too, so we don't want to slight them any.
Yeah.
But I guess we're finna move on.
Yeah.
Now, the topic I want to get on, Steve, is
we're finna move to the NFL right now.
Yeah. This
is your area of expertise, Steve.
we wanted to get on the T.O. McNabb situation issue that seems like McNabb brought up to light again. And usually people have McNabb's side or T.O. side. I want to really see, Steve, your perspective of reflecting back on the situation, what you think about it.
Well, I think T.O. could have been the best thing that happened to Donovan McNabb, ended up being the worst thing that could happen to him because T.O. is a head case. And the only reason why people ever pick T.O.'s side is either because they hate McNabb or because they like assholes, basically. But you look, and everywhere that T.O. went, he was the problem. When he was in San Francisco, and I know you know this well, William, he ended up being the problem. You can't talk about the quarterback everywhere you go, but you the victim. He alienated the quarterback in San Francisco. Goes to Philly, alienates the quarterback there. Goes to Cowboys, alienates the quarterback there. At some point, you're the problem, right?
Yeah.
He's a fantastic player. And like I said, after years and years of the Eagles not getting McNabb any help, and the dude is still basically just by force of will getting the team to the NFC Championship game, now they give him T.O. and everything's rolling, and the dude goes crazy. Like, literally, let's bore this whole thing down because obviously I got some strong feelings about it.
I see.
The whole reason, if you go all the way back, the whole reason why things went left is because, according to T.O. now, you can go back and look at his own quotes, he was upset that when he was hurt, his teammates weren't saying, woe is me to the media. They weren't like, oh, my God, how we're going to win without T.O. Like, literally, everybody knows you cannot say that. No matter who you lose to an injury, you can't make it seem like the season is over, right? You got to keep a positive attitude. Hey, everybody's going to keep trying. No matter who's out there, we all 53 of us going to go out there and give us our best. This dude literally was offended because of coach speak. Like, normal stuff that dudes say that, you just expect them not to pretend that their whole season's going to go in the trash just because one dude got hurt. And nothing could repair that. That was the genesis of his whole issue with McNabb, is that McNabb didn't say, oh, my God, what am I going to do without T.O.? And still led them to the NFC Championship game and ultimately the Super Bowl. They didn't win, but that was the beginning of the end of what could have been a great, it could have been one of the greatest quarterback receiver tandems we've ever seen in the NFL. Because guess what? before T.O. got hurt, it absolutely was.
It was. He got 15 touchdowns that year. Man.
Yeah, you making me remember that season. They was balling out of control.
Man, they were balling out of control. Couldn't nobody hold them.
Steve, is that the year that, correct me if I'm wrong, that T.O. was in his driveway doing sit-ups, and they was...
No, that was the next year because he had gone full on crazy then.
Yeah.
and he was having like a holdout, or he was suspended or something, and he's doing sit-ups and push-ups in his I mean, come on, man. Like, literally, yeah, one dude with helicopters over his driveway doing sit-ups, and he got a quarterback that's been leading his team to the NFC Championship without T.O. Who really is the crazy one in this situation?
Okay.
It's pretty obvious to me.
Well, let me ask you this. Surrounding the actual Super Bowl, you know, T.O. said that McNabb got scared and was throwing up. And, I mean, you know, what's your story? What have you heard around during that time on that situation? Well, you know, I think T.O. kind of blamed him, didn't he?
But, I mean, you nervous, you going to throw up.
Right, but I don't necessarily think he was nervous. I think one thing, you can get hit a certain way.
You think he was drunk?
Another one, he might have been drunk because we in the Super Bowl. You know, some people do too much.
Right.
But
he might have been drunk.
The thing is, let's look at the totality of Donovan McNabb's career. This is a dude who, the first time I saw him, he was leaping over one of the Tennessee linebackers, okay, in college. So you're going to tell me a dude that's hurdling dudes in college is all of a sudden afraid of the big stage? One of the few black quarterbacks back then. It's commonplace now. We're used to seeing black quarterbacks now. But think about how many people second-guess that pick, thinking that, you know, a black quarterback, it really didn't matter what his name was, just any black quarterback couldn't possibly run a West Coast offense like Andy Reid wanted him to run, right? And so you got a dude who has taken all these arrows, has taken all these hits, has still performed, got his team to the NFC Championship game multiple times without a wide receiver, the talent of a T.O. You're really going to try to tell me now all of a sudden he's scared? And the only person that says is T.O., a dude who's notorious for being an asshole. So, no, I'm going to go ahead and just disregard his opinion on that.
Yeah, I would too.
Okay.
Because to me, T.O. is ridiculous, man.
Well, why y'all think that McNabb brought it back up after all these years? I think they
the guy asked him.
No, yeah, he asked him. I actually saw the clip, right?
Okay.
Yeah, he asked him.
This particular guy, he works for Bleacher Report, and so his whole video series is asking dude questions like, you know, stuff that off the field stuff that people don't really know, behind the scenes stuff. I think one time they had a guy on there that, you know, he was talking about he almost got arrested right before the Super Bowl, and another dude, I know they had like Santana Moss on there one time.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, you know, dudes getting drunk before the game. It's just like, you know, behind the scenes stuff, you know, little juicy tidbits or whatever, little gossip show. And so, of course, when you have McNabb on, you're going to ask about T.O. And he really didn't dog T.O. out, to be honest with you. It's just that if you say T.O. name, he feel like he got to talk about your mama.
He told the truth.
I mean, it's just
Steve,
that's the kind of situation you're dealing with.
Steve, he told the truth. He said, man, you know, we was in camp, T.O. on TV, you know, in his driveway doing sit-ups, you know. I mean, he was just telling the truth, what was going on. So it ain't like he was lying on the man. No, it ain't like he was lying or saying nothing unfactual.
Well, from my understanding, you know, I was listening to Stephen A. Smith talk. He claimed that T.O. did have a point that McNabb make like he don't never get in nobody other player's contract salary.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
he said something about Westbrook's salary. He said he tried to get Westbrook paid, and he didn't say nothing about him because they said after the Super Bowl, they didn't guarantee his money after that. But he got Westbrook paid. He bargained in the upper management to get Westbrook paid. That's what he
Ain't this
said.
the same dude that said Tony Romo and the tight end was conspiring against him too to keep him out of the offense? I mean,
Hey, what's up,
after
Nola?
a while, when the dude say enough conspiracies, he's the one that's conspiracy theorist.
Right.
I mean, everybody can't be out to get you, T.O. I'm just sorry to have
Yeah.
to tell you this, but it can't be you're in the Hall of Fame now. You really think everybody's out to get you? Come on now.
Yeah.
He didn't get me paid. I mean, let's be for real now. Who getting somebody paid? A black quarterback? You lucky to have a job. You lucky. Soon as McNabb started falling off a little bit, look how quick they turned on him.
Yeah.
That is true.
And that's the life of a black quarterback. But you think he got enough pull to get
I
you
got a
paid?
question. I got a question for you, Steve. Right there, me and Will be talking about. Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question, Steve. Now, me and Will be talking about this, and do you think a black quarterback can be a lifetime backup quarterback? It ain't very many.
Hell no. And that's the thing. See, here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Like, people be mad at me because I be a stickler for telling the truth.
Okay.
Right? They be trying to slide little stuff in. Oh, no, everybody gets the same opportunity now. That's a bunch of bullshit. And I'm going to give you a perfect example.
Okay.
Okay.
Right? Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Here's the problem I had with some people's assessment of Lamar Jackson. It wasn't just the stuff about, oh, he's got to play running back or he's got to play receiver. That's the easy shit, right?
Yeah.
The same dudes who were saying that were also saying, like, making factual errors about how he played the game, meaning they weren't even watching the game. Bill Polian said he was short. The guy is 6'2" or 6'3".
No, he's 6'3".
Then he said he runs out of the pocket too early. He doesn't look down the field, which is the furthest thing from the truth.
Yeah.
And so my thing was this. It was like either Lamar had to be a first-round pick or he had to be a receiver. He couldn't possibly be a fourth-round pick and maybe be a backup for a few years. They don't see black quarterbacks that way. Either you got to play right away and be fantastic, or we got to move you to safety or something like that. That old Willie Beeman bullshit.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that bothers me. And then you take a guy who's actually not really good as a fucking quarterback, like the dude in New Orleans, the Saints. I mean, first of all,
number 7. I know what you're talking about. Who?
Not Bridgewater.
No, number
behind
7.
him.
Number 7.
No.
number
Hill.
7.
I'm talking about the hybrid dude that they got running on special
Hill.
teams.
His
doing
last
all
name.
the-
His last name Hill.
Yeah, number 7 Hill. Yeah.
Right. And then they'll take a dude like that and try to make a comparison between him and Lamar when Lamar actually looked like a fucking quarterback in college. And that's the thing that bothers me because, until we get to a point where it's okay for a black quarterback to fail and just be a backup for 10 or 11 or 12 years, we're not going to have also the pipeline into the coaching ranks.
Exactly.
Because who are all these new head coaches that everybody wants?
They
offensive coaches.
QBs.
And those offensive coaches usually were what? Former
QB.
quarterback.
Right.
So if dudes don't get a chance,
Steve on the
I
same
mean,
shit
look at the offense coordinator in Dallas. That dude didn't even never play a down, basically.
Right.
They just went straight from being a backup quarterback to being an offense coordinator. But do black quarterbacks get that kind of opportunity? They don't even get an opportunity to be a backup quarterback, let alone go straight from backup quarterback to being an offense coordinator, basically. On the NFL team, I mean, if you ever want to see white privilege at work, just look at the NFL.
Yeah. And look at the backup quarterbacks. Because we and Will have a discussion all the time. I said, man, look at these guys. They can go 12, 13 years,
Yes,
making
sir.
$3-4 million a year.
Sitting on the bench.
And might not play a lick. And then when they get in, they look like shit. Shit, what the fuck?
It don't matter, but see, it don't matter because they know all the plays and they know all the checks and
They know everything.
So nobody cares that they can't throw worth a damn.
Exactly.
Let it be a black quarterback. Let it be a black backup quarterback. He can come in, almost win him a victory, but oh man, he didn't play excellent, so that was a terrible game for him.
Yeah.
Man, look, Matt Flynn, ski mask all-star. That was a dude that Seattle signed the same year, I believe, that they drafted Russell Wilson. And that dude that made plenty of money ain't never got in the game. When he did, he been off.
He was awful. After he left, what's his name?
All-star.
Awful.
But you can't name a black quarterback like that. You can't name a black quarterback that's been stole for 20 years as a backup. You can't do it.
No, they already
don't allow us to do that.
they already trying to push out Bridgewater because they trying to get Taysom Hill. I heard today on the radio, they said they see Taysom Hill as the starter at the Breeze leave.
What?
Yes, they was talking about it on the radio today.
Hold on, Steve. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait a minute, Steve. Wait a minute, Steve.
They was
Hold
saying,
on. Let me
Ain't
get
no
this straight.
over Bridgewater.
Let me get this straight.
Over Bridgewater, they
You
said
telling me Bridgewater
they
went
came
this year
in and went
and
5-0.
saved them they
They
season,
season.
and Taysom Hill get
Yes.
ridiculous.
Yes.
And that's the thing. If a black quarterback
say you
can
can't
only
be
show
no
the
black
things
quarterback
that
with no
Taysom
back.
Hill has done, wouldn't nobody even care about him? Look, they had a black backup quarterback in Carolina for a while. He done kind of bounced around for a while now.
What was
But
his
they
name?
had that dude doing all the same thing Taysom Hill doing, but better. And nobody ever said, "Oh man, he ought to be a starting quarterback." Not once. Not one single damn time. Because we don't get looked at the same way.
Right.
Taysom Hill threw a duck for like a long pass only because it wasn't nobody within 15 yards of the receiver. Oh, look at that arm.
Steve, we showed a stat earlier this year, and you probably, I think we're going around playoff time.
Yeah.
And I think we counted the black quarterbacks that was actually playing during when the playoffs first started.
Shoot, it was about 5 or 6 of them.
I think it was, wait, who was in the playoffs? Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes, you had Watson. You had
Lamar
Jackson.
Jackson. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Lamar. So that's 5.
That's 4. Then you
4.
had
Russell Wilson.
Wilson's.
No, yeah, I already said Russ, so that was 5 for
Oh,
me.
5, okay.
I think it was just 5. I think it was 5.
Okay. So you have 5 black quarterbacks. It's 32 quarterbacks in the league. So the majority of them, 75% of them white. But you telling me 5 of the black quarterbacks in the playoffs.
What's up, KG?
Give us a chance, man.
Call and say that.
It don't make no sense.
And that's the thing about it is we got to be, like I said, we got to be excellent at quarterback or they turn us to a wide receiver or a safety or something. Because think about this. We got that many starting black quarterbacks in the playoffs. Look on those rosters and see how many backup black quarterbacks we got in the playoffs.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because I bet that number is way less than that.
Hey, Steve, that's where the money at. That's why I said that. Really, that's
Oh,
where
for real?
that's where the long
Listen,
term money at.
You won't get touched for 10 years as a backup
That's what I'm
quarterback,
saying.
except
That's
maybe
what
in the preseason.
that's where the long
Maybe in
term
the
money
preseason.
at. That's why I said that. I say you can't be a
And
black.
like I said, you're a backup quarterback for 10 years. You come out being an OC for somebody. You'll be an OC for a college team, an NFL team, somebody. You're a backup quarterback, man. You got it made if you want to do that. So
Yeah.
you'll have 2 careers just ready made for you.
Yeah, and you got $30 million in your pocket. See
There
what
you
I'm
go.
saying? Yeah.
And that money only going up because backup quarterbacks getting like 10 million. now.
Yeah, it's going up.
And you know what's so sad about it? I've been talking to a lot of black brothers, and to me they've been brainwashed because one guy had the nerve to tell me that the black quarterback, let's go back to high school, they just a dual threat. The black quarterback, let me quote him on this, usually is more athletic than the white quarterback, and we tend to run out the pocket faster instead of looking downfield and going through the wide receiver route tree.
I disagree with that.
I do too.
Look at Doug Williams.
I do too.
Who the boy play for the coach right now?
But what I'm saying, we on the same page. But what I'm saying, we have a lot of black guys around here that have got brainwashed into this old stupid stuff.
KG.
Hey, KG, what's going on? We got a call in. What's up, KG?
What's going on, man?
Man, I'm glad you called in, man.
Y'all always keep it 100, boy.
Oh, yeah. What you got for us? What you got for us tonight?
Man, I like that caller you had just a minute ago, man. Boy was on point, man. Check it out. I heard y'all talking about the Saints
and the Saints thinking about going forward with Taysom Hill as quarterback over Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, they were saying that on the radio today.
Yeah, man, well, check it out. What's going to happen with them is they're getting ready to head back to wearing them paper sacks over their heads again.
With the ain'ts on, they're going to take the S off, huh?
They're going to take that S right off of the Saints and make them the ain'ts again, man. Like I said, man, I don't know if you were watching your comments, but, you know, where were all those Saints fans when they had Aaron Brooks and Jeff Blake as black quarterbacks? You didn't hear all that fans
What's up, Johnny?
going on in, and they had a pretty good record then when those guys were there, but they weren't riding with them.
Right.
They weren't riding with them. So, you know, you guys were talking about backup quarterbacks. I don't know if you guys remember back in the day when the Cowboys had a quarterback named Reggie Collier way back in the day.
Yeah, way back in the
That was
day.
his name. Yeah. He was a backup quarterback for a long time, man. You know, he never got that shine because, of course, you know, he was there with Starback. Not Starback. Yeah, it might have been Starback. And Danny White.
So Tom Landry,
He was there for a long time.
Yeah.
But, you know, you're right. These black quarterbacks will never be able to make a career out of being a backup in the league, you know, as long as these cats have been.
Why you think that is, KG? Because, you know, we've been saying that because to me that's where the money's at. You might not be good enough to be a starter, and there's a lot of black quarterbacks not good enough to be starters, right?
Well, you know what, man? I think it all boils down to politics, man. Politics is in everything, in every aspect of life.
Right.
You know, because these coaches, they know these players are very capable of doing the job, but, you know, they go through so much pressure as, well, they started out with the black quarterbacks aren't smart enough to carry a team or whatnot. I was like, well, hell, you know, look at your team. 85% of your team is black.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to give us some credit somewhere on down the line, man.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think I think we'll be dead and gone before we see, like, a black owner in the NFL. You know, I thought we were going to get Michael Jordan and a couple of the big wigs, you know, in the entertainment industry to step up and become owners. But, you know,
I think we'll see. I think we'll see one before we kick the bucket, man.
I hope you're right, bro.
I think Jay-Z. I think them guys will create a conglomerate, and they'll get on one. But it's gonna be hard to crack the that brotherhood they got because you know once you get, you know they can't have the type of meetings that they have now. You know what I'm saying? And the way they want to talk when they got a brother sitting there looking in their face. So you know, I don't know. You know, yeah. All right, KG, man. Hey, holler at us next week, man. I'll holler at you now.
KG.
All right, what's up, Will? What's up, T? What's going on, fellas?
Appreciate it.
All right, bro.
All right, man. I'll catch up with you guys. Keep
All right.
it up.
All right, Steve White is a guest.
Should we get to these other ones,
Yeah,
or we
let's
go straight to Super Bowl?
Let's go on get to. We'll touch on these real quick.
Just touch on these real quick. I want to hear Steve. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let Steve talk about these.
Steve, what you think about Eli Manning retirement and is he a Hall of Fame
or not? Because you played against him.
I mean, I can't even remember if I played against Eli. I think I might have.
Yeah.
I played with Peyton at Tennessee.
He was with Peyton.
And I know I played against Peyton at least once in the playoffs. But Eli, I don't think I actually played against. But the thing is, he's going to get in. It's a matter of when.
Yeah.
You win 2 Super Bowls as a quarterback, especially in New York with that media machine.
That's what I said.
And then you got a football family you're coming behind. It's almost impossible for him not to get in the Hall of Fame. And here's why. You know, you got to understand the process of what gets somebody in the Hall of Fame for pro football.
Okay.
For instance.
Right.
You know, it's not like a fan vote. It's not a popularity vote.
Right.
What happens is every guy has one guy who's a presenter. That presenter is usually somebody who worked in the media for a long time where they played. Mm-hmm. And they go in there and they present their case in front of all the other presenters, and then they debate that guy. Now, It's a media type of situation, right? It's not ex-players in there. It's media guys.
Right.
Now, who is a better media guy than Eli Manning and the Manning family?
Right.
They love those guys. and then you got the 2 Super Bowls, and then he's got a bunch of, his stats are a little iffy, but I mean, he's got a bunch of touchdowns, he's got a bunch of yards, he's got a bunch of interceptions too. But the 2 Super Bowls and the fact that he's from a football family, and he didn't suck most of the time. He's in there, man. He might not be first ballot. He probably absolutely won't be first ballot. But when you're talking about the fact that media guys are going to be debating this in a closed setting, whereas there's other media guys, there's no way that Eli Manning doesn't get in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that's all there. Let's move on. What about Phillip Rivers? I know
We had Phillip Rivers because the Chargers this week said they moving on without him.
Yeah, the thing that's unfortunate for both of those guys really is that, they say you live long enough to be a villain. Mm-hmm. You play long enough to suck. Yeah. And basically both those guys are on the tail end of their career, and they just, the last impression a lot of fans and people, maybe even some media people going to have of them are just looking absolutely horrible. I mean, Phillip Rivers played well for a very long time. Their team couldn't really get over the hump and get in the playoffs and make some noise.
Right.
But he was one of the most dangerous quarterbacks we've ever seen in the NFL. But, I mean, in big moments, he's come up small. And this year, man, the end of some games almost looked like he got paid off. I ain't going to even lie to you. Right. I mean, he's just throwing it right to the other team. Either all of a sudden he has some venous testosterone disease or something. He gets to 2 minutes left in the game, and the colors will start switching on him or something. And he just start throwing it to the other team. So, really and truly, I think both of them is probably a good idea to go ahead and get out of the game right now.
Okay.
Because you don't want to put that much bad film up.
Right.
It's real easy for people to start forgetting that good film you put out 10 years ago.
Right. You think you're a Hall of Famer?
Man, he's going to have a hard time getting in. If he won a Super Bowl, at least
he had to win at least one.
Time. You just look at it. For one, he's playing in an era of, he's going to go up against probably Aaron Rodgers somewhere along the line. He's going to go up against Eli Manning somewhere along the line. And there's only so many slots that's sitting there open for Hall of Famers. Right. So, that's why I say he needs to go ahead and take care of his business because, Breeze is going to be retiring real soon. Yeah, so he'll be going up against Breeze, and it's going to come a time where he's going up against all these quarterbacks every year, and he keeps getting pushed further and further away. And like I said, now the only thing people remember is them last few years when he was really terrible.
Right.
So I think it's going to take a while. I'm not really sure he ever gets in.
They year was that year when they was in the AFC Championship game, and was that LT? He sat out the second half with the knee, and his knee wasn't the ACL, and I think that was their year, but
it was.
Yeah. All right, see we're gonna
ACL that year too, but some kind of way he's there to play on it.
Yeah. We're gonna move on to the Super Bowl, man. Woo! This is a good one here. I got a Will up in here. He an avid 49ers fan. I see blood coming out his eyes, red blood coming out his eyes.
Bang, bang, Niner gang. Steve, I'm interested to see your analysis.
I know Rob probably knows this, but, people at home probably don't know this. My cousin, even though he didn't play football, was probably way more into football than I was growing up.
Yeah.
To the point where I ain't never really seen nobody do this. That man would pop in a VCR tape and tape games and be, breaking down the game after the fact. Nobody was doing that back then who wasn't getting paid to do it. But just willingly, of his own volition, in his free time, Will would be, he had stacks and stacks of just VCR tapes, and probably still does somewhere. 49ers game. And so when he say he a 49ers fan, he definitely is not a fair weather fan or somebody that just came by lately. This dude was literally putting in work even as in his teenage years trying to break down the game.
Oh yeah, I know. We done sat down and watched games before. What you got, Will?
Well, Steve, I'm trying to see on this Chiefs 49ers, your analysis of just a quick summary of what you think, how it might go down.
How the game might come out. What you thinking?
Well, I'm reading a column, prediction column, and it's coming out in 5 pieces. 2 pieces came out today. 2 pieces will come out tomorrow, and then the conclusion comes out Thursday. So I can't really give away the game yet as far as who I'm picking, but I'm going to put it to you this way. These teams are very similar, actually, when you really look at it. They both run 4-3 defenses. They both have some real good pass rushers up front. I would say the Chiefs probably run a little bit more man-to-man, but both of them run a lot of zone on defense. On offense, it's a difference in styles. The 49ers are going to hit you in the mouth all night long. They're going to run the football, and most of their passing games are going to come off of the run. Whereas, the Chiefs have Mahomes back there with their cannon. And it's not just a cannon. It's the fact that he has, almost a laser sight on that thing where he can fit it into any hole. He can fit the ball wherever you want it, 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. So they're going to throw the football. But I do believe that the Chiefs are going to have to run the football effectively on Sunday to have a chance too, because just to be honest with you, there have been very few teams that have fielded the amount of talent on their defensive line that the 49ers will be able to put on the field on Sunday. When you talk top to bottom, I mean, you got basically, before the starting nose tackle got hurt, you basically had 8 guys that could start for almost any team. And even on Sunday, you're talking about D4, who's one of their most important players. He probably won't even play much on early downs because they got Eric Armstead to play on early downs and take their beater, and then here comes D4 with the V12 coming around the corner. So if you want to slow those guys down, you're going to have to run the football. You're going to have to throw screens. You're going to have to do different things to try to slow down their rush. So I think that expect the Chiefs to be a little bit more methodical than usual on Sunday. They ain't just going to be able to go back and drop back and sling the ball down the field when you got them animals up front from the 49ers coming after you. So, it'll be interesting to see which style actually wins out, because as they always talk about in boxing, styles make fights. You got, the big punchers with the 49ers in their running game, and then you got, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee with the Chiefs and their aerial show with their passing game. So both defenses, I think, are pretty good, but to me it's going to come down to what happens up front. Can the Chiefs stop the run? Because let me tell you something about Kyle Shanahan. If you can't stop the run, he is not going to let you off the hook. He's going to keep on pounding and pounding and pounding until the last seconds tick off the clock. So I can promise you this, we'll find out early just what the Chiefs are made of. Because if they can't stop the run in the first half, they probably ain't going to be able to stop the run in the second half either.
Let me ask you
it's going to make for a very long game for them if that's the case.
Let me ask you something, Steve. Whose offensive line is better to you, Titans or the 49ers offensive line?
Well, because they both do different things.
Right, they run different screens, right?
It's a matter of what you're looking for.
Right.
So, obviously the 49ers can come off and knock you off the ball. But I'm not necessarily sure they're as good as pass protection as the Chiefs. Because the Chiefs have an all-pro right tackle, for instance.
Yeah.
But at the same time, interestingly enough, when I watch film, their all-pro right tackle is a guy who's actually giving up a little bit of pressure to defensive linemen that, the kind of defensive linemen that the 49ers have. Specifically, I think Nick Bosa is going to give their right tackle a lot of problems on Sunday. Ooh. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm not sure either team actually has an advantage per se up front. It's just that they do different things when you talk about, what they're trying to get done on Sunday. The 49ers try to come off and knock you off the ball, all different kinds of ways, all different kind of plays, trap plays, belly plays, all different kind of misdirection. The Chiefs just want to hold you up for 3 seconds so Mahomes can bomb you out the stage. Yeah. So it'll just be interesting to see which one I'm going to be able to get their job done.
Yeah. Man. What you think, Will? What you got a quick analysis for us?
I just think, the Kansas City Chiefs boiled down to they a finesse team. They ain't gonna hold up, man. I mean, I don't really believe that team is.
You ain't got to put your heart in it.
Well, no, I'm just saying. I've been
okay.
looking at the Vikings. I asked you a question. I looked at the Vikings defense, the Packers defense, and the Chiefs defense. And you told me before the show the Vikings defense was better.
Yeah, the Vikings.
So you saw how we smash mouth different formations, just like Steve said, but Steve went in detail.
Yeah.
But the different formations. So it ain't about just lining up like the Titans was.
Yeah.
You gonna have to figure out what the hell going on, who doing this or whatever. And the Vikings, you saw they had problems with us, man. I think the Chiefs gonna have the same problem. When it come down to it, in a nutshell, I just think, like Steve said, they finesse, man. I don't think a finesse team ain't gonna beat us. We too rough, man.
My analysis is, I think Andy Reid gonna create those same situations for you. I think really the first 15, the first 15 plays, they gonna have Mahomes run a lot of quarterback runs to slow that pass rush down.
Quarterback runs.
Yeah, design runs.
He gonna throw something different. Don't have to.
He gonna throw some design runs in there because he ain't gonna just let him sit back there because it's already proven y'all gonna get to the quarterback if y'all know they just passing all the time and y'all coming. They gonna do so in that first 15 plays. They gonna design probably about 5-6 design runs, and if they work, then that's going. Yeah,
you talking about with Mahomes?
Mahomes. Yeah, he runs the ball. You don't know he run the ball. You ain't seen the runs he did.
He ain't no Lamar Jackson.
He ain't got to be.
Hold up, man.
He got to be Mahomes. He ain't got to be.
Like I said before, if you looked at that Titans game, I think people have a. I'm not trying to knock Mahomes, but he's not no Lamar Jackson.
We not comparing him to Lamar.
When you talking about design, I want them to do design runs with Mahomes. He's not.
If y'all rush 4, he'll find a lane. Cause your DB's gonna have to be balls out trying to cover them receivers. If they not, he gonna sit back there and pick the motherfucker's spot.
Hold on, I thought you say design runs. Which one you going with now?
You know they got a quarterback. He can call whatever play he want to. If he see y'all in man, what you think he gonna do? He gonna call design run. Cause y'all backs gonna be, they ain't gonna be looking at the quarterback. If he see y'all in man. If he see y'all in zone, then he gonna run a passing play.
Yeah, I want them to do that, man.
Yeah.
I don't think Mahomes is a hell of a quarterback, but don't try to act like he's some damn Lamar Jackson running a 4-2, this and that. Now, we were playing the Ravens. I'm just going to be honest with you. I didn't want to see the Ravens. That's a bad matchup for us. I didn't want to see them.
Why?
They're a bad matchup. I mean, they damn near rough and tough like we are. Did you see the first game we played? That was hell. I don't want to see them no more. I really didn't want to see the Saints. The Chiefs don't scare me. They too finesse.
Hold on, you didn't want to see the Saints.
I didn't want to see the Saints on this
Kansas
side.
City is the Saints on steroids.
No. To me,
their quarterback is better. They receiving core is better.
No, what I'm saying is, I say this again. Sean Payton needs his butt whooped. Sean Payton ran 12 plays, just 12 plays rushing, and you got 2 hell.
You talking about against y'all?
No, against Minnesota.
No, I'm talking about y'all matchup against y'all. We ain't talking about Minnesota. We talking about a matchup against y'all. The 49ers.
No, I think
you talking about y'all want this. You rather seen the 49. I mean the Saints. I'm like
no. I didn't want to see the Saints. I'm glad we didn't see the Saints.
Okay. Well, I'm telling you, the Kansas City is the Saints on steroids. They receiving core.
No, I think the Saints overall as a team. See, that's the problem I got.
Overall, the team is better than Kansas City.
I believe so. I think Sean Payton ruined their chances. Stupid play calling. The game plan was already flawed before they even got on the field. You got Kamara and Murray, and you just get them boys between 2 of them, 12 carries. That's stupid. You saw how we broke the Vikings' wheel, running the ball. Saints could have did the same thing. And that's what I'm saying about Kansas City. No. Overall, I ain't impressed with their defense.
Ask Steve, we got 2 minutes left. Ask Steve, you want to get to anything else?
Steve, appreciate it, man. You got anything else you want to say?
Nah, man. The only thing I'll say is I know Rob and probably a lot of other people think this is going to be a shootout or a high-scoring game. I really don't believe it will be. I think it's going to be a little bit to a lot for one team, but I don't think either team is probably going to score more than, let's say, 24 points.
Ooh. I don't know, Steve. I think it might get away in the end. That's what if Kansas City win, I think it's gonna get away at the end. If San Fran win, then I think it'll be right there. So you kind of telling me where you picking?
I ain't say that now. I'm just telling you what I think about the scope.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking at where we can find your information, Steve, and your blog, all your information.
I always post my columns on Twitter at SGW94, but I also block a lot of people who are annoying. So if you're one of the people that's blocked, you can just go to sbnation.com and look up my name, Stephen White, and you can read all my stuff. So, I mean, it's pretty easy to find.
Okay, all right. Man, hey, I appreciate you having you on, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man.
When you going to come on again, man? We're going to have to get you on again pretty soon.
Yeah, this was a hell of a show, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, look, all I know is football, and it's the last game, so I don't know. But I'm sure we'll link up again soon.
Do you do any draft or?
Well, yeah, I do draft profiles and stuff like that, so we can probably talk about that in the spring.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get you back on, man.
All right.
All right, man. You have a good night, man.
Appreciate it, Steve.
Y'all have a good one, too. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, man.
No problem, bro. All right, y'all. Hey, again, this show brought to you by Rekindle. Hey, this specializing in natural, customized hair regrowth solutions. Your specific solution is customized based on the proprietary wellness body scan. You get your results in 14 days. Hey, call that number right there. All right, hey, we had a good show. Anything, Will?
Also, guys, on Facebook, if you got the time, please leave some comments so we can reply to them so I can educate y'all and get y'all straight on anything that y'all don't understand. Please leave comments.
And, hey, look us up on YouTube. Hey, like, share, comment, do everything. Hey, email us. Hey, any content you want coming up because football season's almost over with, and we need a lot more content besides basketball. All right, let's roll this out, T.